Coast Guard crews search for Lake Pontchartrain for an apparently missing plane. Good evening, I'm John Snell.
And I'm Lauren McCoy. Chris Joseph is live at Lakefront Airport, where crews lost touch with that plane around 6:30.
Right now, the Coast Guard has a helicopter and a boat out on Lake Pontchartrain. We're told that at last contact, the plane was about 4 miles north from where we are now over the lake. We're told that, again, the plane lost contact with the tower, and that triggered the Coast Guard search. It involves 8 Coast Guard members all told. I'm told losing contact with the plane, particularly over the lake, is an unusual step. So again, naturally, the Coast Guard response came in. I asked the Coast Guard spokesperson who I spoke with what the nature of the search was like. Let's take a listen.
The Coast Guard has launched an MH-60 helicopter from Air Station New Orleans, as well as a 29-foot response boat from Station New Orleans. Currently, they are conducting search patterns in the area the plane was last heard from. Both Coast Guard assets are manned by 4-person crews, so we currently have a total of 8 Coast Guardsmen searching the area for the plane.
So again, it's important to note that this is merely a missing plane situation. We do not know if there's a crash. We don't know how many passengers. We don't know what the plane's tail number was, where it was going, where it was coming from. Really, any of the key details about the plane's path or who was ultimately in the plane. But again, the search continues this evening. I asked the Coast Guard spokesperson, were there any weather events or any issues, whether either in the air or on the water, that might trigger something like this? They said no issues that they know of at this point. And I can tell you, standing here now, it's just a light breeze, no weather really that you could speak of that you think might be attached to something like this. We'll send it back to you.
And Chris, what can you tell us about the timeline of the search moving forward?
Yeah, I asked the spokesperson that what exactly the game plan was throughout the evening. They said this is really in the hands of the crews. If they think they can continue searching without any real risk to themselves or the mission, they can do that. If they feel like they need to call it, they can call it. Like I just said, it's a relatively clear evening, not that breezy or windy. Of course, we're not out on the lake, but what I can tell you is that when Drew, the photographer, and I were out looking for potentially any scene or any sign of the boats or the helicopter, it was really a dark cloud or a dark wall. We couldn't really see anything out into the lake, so I'd imagine visibility is probably a key challenge right now. And again, we were coming from the shore where we had a bunch of lights, so that's really in their hands at this point. Reporting in New Orleans, Chris Joseph, Fox 8, Local First.
All right, Chris.